Hi everyone, welcome now to see the stories on the 3-Hour News Show. So nowadays, young people have taken more role, actually essential role to play in the progress of one nation. And one of the key ways that they can contribute is by developing their diplomatic skills.
Can't agree more. And today we are thrilled to welcome a representative of young Papuan figure who dedicates his time uniting Melanesian young communities through diplomacy. Let's head to Steve Mara from the Melanesian Youth Diplomacy Forum. Actually, he's the founder of the Melanesian Diplomacy Forum.
Yes.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome. It's very nice having you here.
Yeah. Perhaps tell us more first, what is the background of this Melanesian Youth Diplomacy Forum? MYDIF, how do we call it? MYDIF or?
Yes, MYDIF.
MYDIF.
Was originated or founded in 2022?
Yes, 8 September 2020.
Okay, so what's the background of the creation of MYDIF?
Oh, yes. Actually, that's a long story, actually. In 2019, I had a conference in Malaysia, and at the moment, I met some of my friends from Fiji. And at our first impression is, my friends from Fiji said to me that why you can come to here to join with Asia Youth International Forum and as an Indonesia delegate. And I said to him that, yes, I am Indonesia. And he said, why you stand for Indonesia? And I said that Indonesia is our home. Papua is also the part of Indonesia. If you think about the political situation, it's really done in 1969 after the Act of Free Choice. But for now, our Indonesia, our role of Papuan youth generation, we also want to do something for Indonesia. So that's the background of the story. So after that, I said that it will be good for us if we can create a forum, especially to connect our youth generation in the Pacific region.
So how many countries are included in this MYDIF?
Yeah, actually, when the first time we met this organization, we only 3 countries: Indonesia, Fiji, and Vanuatu. But we want to, tell to other countries also that they can also involve in our.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So what are the primary goals of the Melanesian Youth Diplomacy Forum, or the values of principles? Because it started off with actually quite an interesting story, but going forward, how did you, at the beginning, 3 countries come together and thought, oh, this is very much necessary and can benefit us all?
Yes, actually, 8 September 2022, when we, met this organization, we created this organization, and it becomes our rules, actually. We want to show to the world that Pacific region, Melanesian race, with Melanesian race, we can also do something for, contribute in peace or something like that. And our primary goals, actually, we want to just to connect our youth generation so that we can think together about what is actually good for us, for our Pacific region, because in Pacific we face many of threats today.
Yep.
We face just the same. When I went to Vanuatu last year, I talked with them, their youth generation, and they also said to me that what actually we face in Papua, they also face the same thing. So I think that if we can, stand together to do something together, it will be very good for us to, solve our problem in the future.
Okay. What are the types of activities or programs does the MYDIF organization participate in? Do you have like a forum that goes every annually?
Yes, actually, this also become our, homework now. Every year we have to go to unite. We have to also make a conference, actually. And this year, last year I went to Vanuatu, and we have a little workshop with the youth generation there. We went to several places like the church and also schools. We talk with the students there. We give them something like motivate them to do something better for their future. And also we went to football academy too. That's kind of diplomacy, sport diplomacy.
Sports.
Yeah, sport diplomacy, and also cultural events. Last year we also joined with Melanesian Art and Cultural Festival. That's really nice too, because we can see about our culture in Melanesian, and that's kind of good things. So basically we will have regular meeting, maybe each year we have to one meeting. That's our plan. This year we are going to have sport diplomacy. Maybe yes, maybe this month or not this month, but maybe next month. We'll talk already. I talked already with my friends from Vanuatu, and they said that okay, we'll have sport diplomacy, and it must be held in Indonesia because we want to show to them, we want to show to our friends in Pacific region about Indonesia is a big country.
Yes.
We are not standing with only Malay race, but also Melanesian race, and we are one. Even, yeah.
So sports diplomacy isn't will be a sports competition?
Yes. No, that's
As a
something.
conference?
Yeah, that's something like conference. We have to talk about what kind of activity that we have to do together.
Yeah.
Certainly. Just keep in mind, you guys have a great rugby team in
Yeah.
Papua. Very competitive with Fiji. So, yeah. So, what are the stance on key regional issues? Because you mentioned that there are certain challenges that you face together, right? So, what are these challenges that you discuss on? You put, how do you say? You prioritize on, and keep track on creating as much impact in these regions as possible.
Yes, actually, the big problem actually in Pacific region is actually about politics. When Indonesia wants to do something to Pacific region, some people they will always say that this is kind of politics, so they don't want to get involved. And when I went to like several countries, like I went to Fiji, Vanuatu, and they said like you came to like bring Indonesia interest, and I said that no, I want to come to here. I want to see my Melanesian people. I want to see about what kind of good thing that we can do together. This is not about politics. This is about how we develop our economy, how we develop something like in the tourism area. For example, last January I went to Switzerland to meet Swiss education group, just to talk about how to build a good like tourism activity in Indonesia, especially in the Pacific and in Papua. And if it's possible, we can also talk with them from Fiji.
Okay. Well, you mentioned that you don't want people to just see Pacific regions and whatever they do about in Pacific regions are politics, right?
Yeah.
So how do you actually gather the youngsters, let's say in Papua, to understand the concept that MyDiv is actually put ahead in your movement with other countries?
Yes, actually, that's quite hard. Interesting question. Many of the youth generation today, they're really like, think everything's about politics. They are very busy with politics, especially for politics and referendum. And I said to them that maybe you guys have to think again. You don't have to too focus to this kind of things because we have to do something else. We have to prepare ourselves for the future. Because if you are too busy with politics, then it will be bad for our future. But especially for Papua ourselves. People from other island in Indonesia, they will come to Papua. They will take our chair. And we don't want what we are going to do. So
yeah, you don't want to be the spectators.
Yes. That's why I said to them that let's try to find other things and let's talk with other people. I mean, in the Pacific region, it will be more, like have a big impact for us.
But I appreciate that because there's a lot of ways to unite people, and politics is currently perhaps not the most appealing or tasteful way. And if I like that you mentioned, if you are too caught up with this, you will lose on yourself because there are so many opportunities that you could be getting for yourself first before focusing on this. So how do you gather, the people in Papua, because, you mentioned that you created this to give this platform, right?
Yes.
To give this platform of, creating connections or in complicated terms, diplomacy, building relations with, through other things other than politics.
Yes.
Other than sports, how do you gather, support of the young people around you in Papua?
Yeah, actually, that's like also become our homework now. We can come to another country to talk with them, but when we go back to our country, especially in Papua, that's quite hard because many things happen, conflict between us, horizontal conflict, and yes, I always come to them to talk with them directly, or I even wrote many of articles just to like give them something to read so that they can go in literacy. So, yeah, because that's the key of, like if we want to change our future, then change them from what actually right now.
So there's a lot of education
Sport,
as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
education is also matter for us.
Okay, it's very interesting. I mean, to see Papua now, especially with all the developments, the bridges, the roads and all that, that's going to be very bright for the future, supposedly, especially if the youngsters are on for it as well. So we're going to continue our discussion with Steve, and that's going to be after the break, though, so don't go anywhere. We'll return after the break.